Hello everybody, today I'm going to be sharing a real side dream experience from my book Chronicles of a Cosmic Space Case. The PDF link to this book and book 3 of my real side experiences are in the links below the description of this video. Dream 22, Reptilian Hybrid Program. I would begin this dream in the company of a group of radio presenters. We were speaking about all kinds of matters of an alternative conspiratorial nature on our show. All other members I could not identify but one, and that seemed to be Alex Jones. It seems then that we may have made mention of a very sensitive subject, or revealed information that the controllers certainly didn't want people aware of. As a result of our controller defying agenda-revealing utterings, we were forced to flee, and we were on the run. Agents of the dark forces were in pursuit of us, and at one stage a car chase did ensue. We raced through terrain at hazardous velocities, with our pursuers chasing and unloading their firearms. Bullets whizzed and buzzed over our heads. We were successful in shaking them. We gave them the slip and took refuge in a street or other, hiding amidst the buildings in a deserted alleyway. We discussed among ourselves our next course of action. Then an individual approached. We were on our guard, but were assured of our safety. It was not the agents, but another group, seemingly lacking ill intent, but they were cautious and armed with very sophisticated sci-fi like weaponry, caring not about our plight, and what had transpired thus far. They had another agenda. Apparently, they were extraterrestrials of a kind, though looking very human. The only giveaway was their technology, as they now produced a mysterious scanning device, and their purpose for engaging with us was revealed. They wished to scan each of us and determine who was the father of a developing alien, one that was growing in a tube of liquid. After passing the device over each of us, I apparently was the father, though I have no memory of being involved in such activities and fraternizing with aliens of late. The scene shifted to the very lab the infant was growing within, as it wasn't to be born naturally, and no mention made of the mother. It was developing very swiftly, an almost accelerated process, and I could see it to be very alien indeed. It was reptilian, a female lizard baby, and these individuals wanted me to be here when she was birthed and interact with her, and so I did, and we bonded, a little like imprinting, I suppose. On birth, she continued to grow and mature at a fast pace. Mere moments would pass, and she was now an infant. So seconds in the dream would pass, and she was now a teenager, I would guess, about my height now, green-scaled, an elongated lizard-like face with a tail. So, a complete reptilian in every sense. Part of my presence, it seems, was to dampen down her more aggressive tendencies, as she was rather inclined to be this way. We communicated verbally and telepathically, getting along just fine, her attitudes becoming more levelled, and moderated due to my involvement and influence. And then the dream would conclude. So, wherever I was, another dimension, life, or place in the psych realms, I was sharing information again. Interestingly, I've had a few dreams where I've been on radio shows and hosting them with Alex Jones, and the risk-taking position highlighted through the chase that followed, as we dared step up and speak what is real. The repercussions apparent. On a recent dream, I was pursued again by agents, or seemingly so, and it was more along the lines that the bullets they fired were ideas, and my return fire was my firing ideas back at them. Also, on that dream, it was that I was being pursued by myself, as there seemed nowhere to run, and a never-ending quantity of the antagonists. On this occasion we escaped them, so possibly, yes, they were in fact dark forces agents, and most disgruntled at what we were doing and sharing. In the next scene, well, I had heard about this hybridization program, where they are involving humans to create these hybrids for various reasons. As I understand, the reptilians are infertile due to their decided upon created consciousness, and the road they went down as a species, the consumption of meat due to food shortages as a result of the Syrian war altering their biology and being the cause of their infertility. The individuals involved didn't appear to be reptilian, but as we know, they are masterful at shape-shifting, so it was possible. Seems one of the programs they have running is an effort to perhaps lessen the more aggressive characteristics and attitudes that have been a stable part of the general created consciousness of the reptilians as a species. So, not only a hybrid program which will have genetic impacts on the reptilians due to the influx of human DNA, but also one where interaction with the presumably human volunteers is encouraged to take the edge off the more abrasive attitudes of the reptilians birthed in this way. A new, less aggressive and warlike generation maybe, and many hybrids are regarded as a lesser subspecies. So perhaps a program is underway to ensure they don't feel so abandoned and neglected, less traumatized. I don't remember signing up for such an endeavor. I didn't see it as having any potential snares, restrictions, and agreement-producing taplines, as long as such things don't cause too much by way of distraction from my focus with the ears. Although the following day, after a series of indecipherable dreams that did, however, seem to afford me extra insight, I considered again this dream experience. Maybe it wasn't as it literally appeared to be, for prior to this dream, and months ago, I had some real side encounters with Dwayne and then Rebazar, and I was informed that I hadn't long left on the earth. I had no impression of trickery or dark forces subterfuge, so took them to be the genuine articles. Appreciative were they of the efforts, sharings, and contribution I had made, and that what I had done would hold me in good stead for my positions that are to come. And even before this real side revelation, I had been seeing mysterious floating black anomalies in my room when between sleep and wakefulness, and I took them to be visual manifestations of possible cancers and the like, and some of them had latched onto me, so I had come to the conclusion that I was so afflicted. And then this recent dream with the reptilian child, perhaps it wasn't what it appeared to be. Maybe it is my next lifetime, and perhaps with my awareness maintained as it currently stands, it is prudent to place me in a position and species where I might be beneficial again from a sharing of the ear's perspective, as what seems to be happening on a galactic level suggests the reptilian species are coming around, many of them getting on board. Now the ones in command have been removed. A new dawn then for the reptilians as a race. So it stands to reason to position in a few more aware individuals with these species, that the new presentation might be better spread across creation. For in the dream, as I was looking after the reptilian individual, perhaps that represented the connection between said individual and the real self in the next lifetime. So, in the dream, I was the real self, and the reptilian female I was in constant contact with was my future lifetime, my personal self to be. It's not something I've necessarily decided per se, but looking at this all objectively, I can see how all these elements could fit together. And if my time here is limited, it's likely I may not glean enough awareness and is recognition to stand real and bypass the necessity for future lifetimes. As Dwayne says, it could take thousands of years. I'm not sure This summation is right, but it's a possible viewpoint, and seemed to make sense.